animals and in the dots.
So adorable.
From the middle. It's so fluffy. Oh, look, he's got a stone.
Yes, they are playing with the stones.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, is that playing with stone? I don't think I've ever been this close to an otter. Oh, look, what's that? What are these two doing? Oh, I think they're rolling about in the sun.
Yeah, I think they're having some bath.
Oh, it's so adorable. So apparently it's less that, they're not from Guinea, they're not a pig. Some believe that they're called guinea pigs due to the squeaking pig-like sound they make when excited.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. I'm thinking these pets, but how are they feeling like running around in such a big area?
Oh, adorable.
And the squeaky sound like pigs. It's good that we've got this quite early to get lots of time to look at the animals.
Yeah, we do.
Look at these little fellas. Come on, close us.
Oh, wonderful.
Squeaky.
Squeaky.
We're squeaky. Oh, the cat noise.
You made a sound as well.
I did. Make a squeaky noise.
Yeah.
I'm squeaky. You gonna squeak again?
Hello to the... 그거.
Is he a
This is a donkey.
That's a baby.
I still want to touch this wooden. There's these animals made by. So yes, the donkey. Hi. Oh, the donkey. Hi.
Donkeys are adorable.
He's so adorable. He's really friendly. He likes being
Touched.
yeah.
Sure.
He likes being stroked.
Look inside.
It's a big.
You can't eat these. Oh, I think they're all like that.
Huh?
They're all like that. Even the white ones.
It's comfortable way to have it.
Monkeys are actually relatives of camels. Have a unique way of walking compared to other animals.
I missed him. I missed him kneeling down. You like joy. They are eating.
How they die. He's got little wet feet and he's getting in there.
Yeah. Incredible.
Oh, it's drinking from flowers.
Mmm.
Okay. Well, that's what we need.
What's happening?
There we go. There's a mini grove.
He doesn't like the not quite grown up. He looks a bit smaller than the others.
No. He does.
He's keeping himself entertained. Oh, otters don't need much. Keep entertained. Oh, he's peeking up. Oh, he's standing up.
He likes the camera, I think.
He likes the camera. He likes being the centre of attention.
He does. The otter playing the stone. It's funny.
He sees your expensive camera and he wants to be a star. He wants to be famous. It's funny how he like sort of picks it up in his hand like that and it's like about to fall and he's like, oh.
It's so funny. I think he got bored.
He's bored.
Everyone got surprised by him.
O değil o, sende de çek gelincik bu.
Donkey.
Eşek.
Why is there a football?
They like to
Değil
play
mi?
with
Ben
each
sana
other.
Why donkey?
It's like a
Around
shepherd.
in the water.
Biz
This one's playing with its shell.
O biliyor şu an.
And this is how can you play? And you've got
Oh,
lots
that's
of
nice.
You want to go? Yeah.
And then like, take a picture of the white donkey. It's a white donkey.
He's all smooshed up against the
Total.
Okay. And then I shall. The tortoise carrying up. This one is 80 centimeters, but I can't see the 80 centimeter tortoise.
Maybe they're hiding something.
It's kind of black.
But I do remember what one of them was called, and it was the Japanese word for smelly, because they are smelly. Similar lifestyles, similar niches in their ecosystem evolved to look the same.
Oh, look, the same.
Yeah, so like dolphins and sharks are unrelated, but it's a good way for moving through the water, it's a good shape. So these guys live like a raccoon, they eat basically anything, they scavenge, they even go into cities like raccoons do. So then, because they're not native to Europe, when Europeans first encountered them, thought, well, they look a lot like the raccoons that we've heard they have in America and things. So they're called tanukis in Japanese, or in their native, which is much more their native region. Yeah. So they've got the same mask around their eyes, which helps them to see in a kind of evening kind of light and stuff like that. But they do look a lot like raccoons. They're more like a primitive dog, though. They're kind of essentially a fox.
Fox.
So when the dog family first evolved, they looked a lot like raccoon dogs, so kind of small animals that lived in family groups. But they've got lots of primitive features that modern day, not just domestic dogs, but modern day dogs don't have. So they can't bark, but they make a kind of whimper noise. And they can climb, which other dog species can't do. So yeah, they've got very cool claws, can climb into trees. We're going to build them a climbing frame actually, so they can climb without risk of getting out anywhere. But yeah, so they're very cool animals. But they are quite hard to see unless you're kind of feeding them, because they curl up really cutely under the bamboo and things, and just kind of wouldn't recognise them.
I saw a sign that said raccoon dog feeding. I was like, oh, I've heard of raccoons, but what's a raccoon dog?
Yeah. Sometimes people say, is it like a hybrid thing? Have we bred them together?
They just look like, they just have features of raccoons, but they're
Yeah.
not actually raccoons.
Yeah, they're a dog cosplaying as a raccoon.
Okay.
Yeah. They're cool though. They'll look very different in the summer. So, I know it's kind of warm today, but they've still got most of their winter coat, but they'll shed that, and then they molt it off and they look kind of skinny and they look different. So there's another species of dog from South America called the bush dog, and they look kind of like little bears, and they end up looking more like that because they're all skinny and compacted. Come and set the raccoon dog. There, kookaburras off.
Oh, kookaburras.
Hello, Terry.
Let's
Hello.
your big beak. It's like plant pots in there.
Oh, I can see that.
I wonder what it's called. I wonder if it's an Airbnb.
She's going to go back to
Great.
fish.
I know, but she might not be able to find it. She might go down.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if we can trick the baby.
Oh yeah, good place to walk.
And out they come. So otters are going to come and explore and see what food they can find. It's spread all around the enclosure. These are our Asian short-clawed otters. They are a family, and they're led by their dad, Kasem. Now there are 13 species of otter around the world, of which Asian short-clawed otters are the smallest species. But you might be all familiar with some of the other species that we find in different countries. There's the giant otter, which lives in the Amazon at 2 meters from nose to tail. It's the longest otter, or the largest otter, that still exists today. Minimal predator, as you'll be able to see. Now let's introduce you to our family. It's a good look. So closest to me here, that is Kasem, the dad. Kasem likes to pretend he's the big boisterous head of the family, but who's really in charge, men or women? Women. Let's be honest, it's women. And that's the same in otter culture as well. So just like him, she's very patient and sweet. She was born in 2017, and she'll stay with the family to learn how to be a good otter hunter and a good otter mum. So she's helped raise Katani and another collection. These guys are a vulnerable species, which means their numbers are declining, and so they are part of a captive breeding program. And Cookie will go off to other collections, as her older brothers and sisters have done, to be part of that breeding program with her own mate. So that'll happen quite soon now, because she's been with them a few years. What happens is the otters will have a baby in their holt, which is their hole in the side of the riverbank, which is that big box behind me. And they'll stay in there for a little while. When they're first born, they're silvery, barely able to see. They start to explore over the next few weeks, and by a month and a half, they're going about in the water's edge just around the holt. Then by 6 months, they're fully independent, so it's quite a quick... who else have we got? So eating on the opposite side of the water there, that is Katani. Katani is the old smell underwater. So they blow a bubble, they hold it around their nose and mouth, and they suck in all the tastes and smells in that bubble to tell what kind of food might be nearby. If they can smell something fishy or something tasty, they head off in that direction as quickly as they can swim. And then their second superpowered adaptation comes into play. Their whiskers. Now their whiskers, when they come into contact with something that might be food, tell their jaws to automatically snap shut. So that's a reflex, they don't need to think about it, they just do it. A bit like us throwing our hands out when we fall over. And that means they're better able to catch something like a fish before it can swim away. Once they've got that food, they drag it to the shore, as you can see they've done today. And they will wash it, it enlivens their taste buds to have wet food, and then chow down on it on their incredibly strong jaws. They do tend to eat with one set of teeth, one side of the mouth first, then switch back and forth, which looks a bit weird, but that easily demolishes whatever prey they have, and they eat all kinds of things. All different waterfowl, all different kinds of fish. They'll take shrimp and other crustaceans like crabs. They'll have mollusks like mussels and clams as well, squid even, anything pretty much. And they have happily at the top of their food chain, and they'll eat 25% of their body weight every single day. So it's like eating a full leg of your own every single day. So they really eat us out of house and home. This is a third of their daily food, but they get 3 huge dishes between them every day. And all that fishy food makes very fishy poo. That might not be very nice for the keepers having to clean it out, but it is really useful for conservationists in their native Southeast Asia. So they are, as I say, a vulnerable species. Their numbers are declining. And there's kind of two main causes for that. One is the illegal international pet trade. People see an animal like this and think it looks cute, and if they have enough money, they can find someone who'll be willing to catch one and sell it on to them. This is not the kind of thing that zoos do, for example. Zoos don't buy animals from the wild, or buy animals at all, really. Whereas the illegal pet trade will take animals from the wild and sell them on. Now, they make terrible pets. They're aggressive, they stink, and they need very specialist situations, a very specialist environment. Not many people have a pool like this. They're happy to surrender to utter disgustingness. But if you've got enough money, people will try and do it. The other thing that threatens them is the draining of their native mangrove habitat.
So now it's time for lunch in the cafe. This food is going to be amazing.
Right there.